Sophie Cunningham drops 25-second reaction after Caitlin Clark publicly calls out golf slip-up. Sophie Cunningham is yet another Indiana Fever star making the most out of her off-season. She's had some real downtime, including a beachside vacation, where she posted photos on social media relaxing in a swimsuit. She recently attended a Pacers showdown, and her next stop is already planned, the Onica driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Pro-Am. But before she goes, the former Fever ace needs to brush up on a few things. And guess what? She's already at it, kind of. When Sophie Cunningham saw the viral post about her debut as Caitlin Clark's caddy, she decided to lean into the fun. She shared a story on Instagram celebrating her new role with the caption, 4. Turns out the hoopster made a little mistake. So Clark, her golf coach, noticed it and playfully corrected her, writing, "Yeah, clearly we have a lot to learn about golf, it's for bud," alongside 3 crying laughing emojis. So that's how Sophie Cunningham's first golf lesson went. Not exactly how she would have planned it. "Yeah, I'm caddying. Also, I'm a dumbass if anyone's seen my story," she said on a recent episode of her Show Me Something podcast. "I was like, far, like heads up, but it's FORE. I didn't know. I should have probably looked it up before I posted it all over my social media. We get it, soft mistakes happen." But the WNBA star didn't just laugh it off. Cunningham doubled down and posted another story, correcting herself with an ugly picture and the caption, 4? Yick. Still, that wasn't the only confession she made. "I don't really know how I even got invited to an event like this, but I'm really excited for it. It's in Florida. Caitlin will be golfing. Me and Lexi, I have no idea what we're going to be doing. But I know me and Lex will be having a great time," Cunningham added before laughing. Obviously, Sophie Cunningham's not exactly a golf pro, and she's the first to admit it. But if you're wondering how she and Lexi Hull even got involved, the answer is simple. Sophie made it happen herself. When Caitlin Clark was announced as a participant in the Pro-Am, Sophie and Lexi were quick to jump into the comments under the event's October 16 post that read, "Caitlin Clark returns to play at the Onica driven by Gainbridge Pro-Am on November 12 at Pelican Golf Club Eyes Flagon Hole." Instead of just celebrating their teammate, they shot their shot to join her. At Caitlin Clark 22 need a couple of caddies. At Lexi Hull smirking face clinking beer mugs, Sophie commented. At Sophie and Thumb sign us up. Lexi followed up. At first it sounded like a joke, but the official Onica event organizers clearly loved the idea. Soon enough they dropped, "Indiana Fever's Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull will serve as celebrity caddies during the Wednesday Pro-Am at the Onica driven by Gainbridge at Pelican." And that's precisely how Sophie Cunningham ended up joining the list of celebrity caddies alongside Lexi Hull, Brianna Scurry, and Carson Josevar. And sure, her golf IQ and understanding might need a little work, but knowing Sophie, she'll bring her trademark energy and a whole lot of chuckles to the fairway while cheering on Caitlin Clark. But while she's getting ready for the golf event, will she return to the hardwood alongside the 2024 Roti? That's still uncertain. What's next for Sophie Cunningham and the Indiana Fever? This off-season, Sophie Cunningham, along with several other Fever players, will hit free agency, and only CC, Aaliyah Boston, and Michaela Timpson are locked in for 2026. This means the rest of the group's future, including Clark's so-called bodyguard, will depend on what the Indiana Fever front office decides this winter. But while she's interested in returning to Indy, she's, technically, not signed to Indiana, and she's up to listen to other offers. Cunningham's even made it clear that she wants a bigger contract. "The next team I play for, I want a bigger contract so I can buy a house, be homey and cozy," she said. Last season, she was on a $100,000 one-year deal with Indiana. However, since joining Indy, she has seen a significant increase in her net worth. The WNBA ace had inked marketing deals with major brands like Arby's and Spindrift. Still, if the Indy side wants to keep her, they'll have to make a competitive offer. But can they? For the 2026 season, the Indiana Fever have around $1.3 million in total cap space under the current $1,552,300 salary cap. But with more than 100 players hitting free agency across the league, things could get complicated. Everything, however, depends on the new CBA, which will most likely adjust/better contract terms. So, for now, whether we'll see CC and Sophie Cunningham back together in the Fever's red is still up in the air.